Welcome to SoCalTech Interviews, where we talk with the investors, entrepreneurs, and others in Southern California's high-tech industry. Today, we talk with Dane Rudy, the CEO of Leo Aerospace. I'm Ben Kuo, founder and editor of SoCalTech.com.
My name is Dane Rudy. I'm the CEO of Leo Aerospace. And at Leo, we found that almost half of all satellites have to wait up to 2 years to get to space, and they don't get much choice in where they go. And so we are developing a high-altitude launch platform that allows us to provide a dedicated launch service for microsatellites. So what we do, we have a fully reusable and autonomous platform that we use to carry rockets up to 60,000 feet in altitude. And because we launch in that altitude, our rockets can shrink down to just half the size they would be if we'd launched them from the ground. So this way, it's a flexible, mobile solution that allows us to launch a customer within weeks to any low Earth orbit and support a very high launch frequency as well.
And what's your background and how did you get into rocket launching?
Yeah, so I'm mechanical engineering by background. I studied at Purdue University. Really Purdue is a very strong space program and a lot of research, a lot of propulsion, a lot of across the entire industry and space industry as well as aerospace. And so I worked on a variety of projects and research programs there in space and was really captivated by it. I then went to work at Northrop Grumman here in Los Angeles, specifically Redondo Beach. I was working on satellite integration technology and just an incredible ecosystem here in Los Angeles, and at the same time we were actually working with the National Science Foundation on technology we developed at Purdue to understand, was there a commercial need for this technology. We saw a huge opportunity, a huge demand to solve that problem, and decided to spin it off, and that's when we started full-time.
Now, where are you in terms of taking this to market? I think you know how many people are talking about launching this.
Yeah.
Where are you, and kind of where's your progress?
Yeah, so we actually conducted a series of successful launch tests this past December in partnership with the FAA's Office of Commercial Space Transportation. This helped us validate major subsystems and pave a clear regulatory path moving forward. And so really our next milestones, we are flight qualifying our balloon platform all the way up to that 60,000 foot altitude next year. That'll allow us to begin generating revenue in the high altitude platform services market and actually make that business stream profitable. So with that stream, we will then move on to launching our first payload to the edge of space on a suborbital launch, and then finally our first payload to orbit in 2022.
So what's the biggest challenge for you as a company?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest external factors that we have to account for is regulatory work. And so because of that, we actually began working with the FAA back in 2015 to address, the regulatory hurdles. And so, we've worked very closely with them on tests like we conducted this past December, as well as our future milestones to really make sure we're on top of that.
Great. Last question is, what's the biggest lesson you've learned so far as an entrepreneur?
Biggest lesson? Oh man, there's so many. Think of one to choose from. You really have to be ready to take in new information and change what you think is, what you think is reality, what you think is the correct direction to take. Because so much changes, especially in the space industry. There's so much new technology that you have to constantly evolve the way that you think and the inputs that you have. And we're really excited to be part of the TechStars program because it gives us an opportunity to bring in all this incredible data with all these incredible partners to make the best decisions we can.